another video. My name is Josh Kasich, and today, this is Lucas World Part 2, a Star Wars theme park. Now, if you missed the first part, you should really check it out because it's basically finishing what it looks like. Basically, this is a theme park that what could have been, and it's really interesting to really see what the original theme park that I think George Lucas had in mind to create but never did or never took the opportunity to make, and that's better than Galaxy Edge. So without further ado, let's begin. So now it's Mustafar. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, you would think go to hyperspace first, but I wanted to kind of go in order from which it is. Now, Mustafar is where Anakin and Obi-Wan had their big fight, but there isn't really much there. So first, you have the Journey to the Dark Side Runaway Roller Coaster. So obviously, that's what mostly what this is. Mostly this entire thing with the one near Mustafar. And then right across from that is the Sidious creature shop. So I guess you get to see creatures and stuff that Darth Sidious / Emperor eventually Emperor, and then Chancellor Palpatine, stuff there. That's what it is. You get to see creatures and stuff. So there's that. Now we go to the hyperspace, which is literally the biggest thing here. I'm surprised you don't actually start the intergalactic monorail over. This is, so you have the extreme hyperspace. It's some type of ride. I don't know where it goes. It looks like, because you can see this cart here and you go in there. I'm not sure if it's one of those things where you go all the way up and then down, because that's what it seems it looks like, which I'm not really fond of. But yeah, it's near that one there. There you have the Vader Arcade, which is right in front of that, which is the number 2, and with the Imperial Space Shuttle. So it's an arcade. Probably a lot of Star Wars games. I wouldn't see any. I don't know why there would be other arcades in there, but games, but there could be. I doubt it, but there could be. Then you have now. It's kind of weirdly numbered, so I'm just gonna go out of order here because this building is kind of connected to another building, or slightly two buildings, with this glass this glass thing up here, and which I'm assuming you could walk right through. But it's connected to number 6, the Imperial gift shop, so you can buy Imperial stuff like that. Probably maybe Imperial uniform, Stormtrooper stuff, all types of stuff like that. And then the other side of that building is number 7, which is the Star Wars scene photos, which I guess is just photos of scenes of Star Wars in Star Wars movies. So obviously. Okay, now we'll go back to number 3, which is the Star Destroyer Tour, which is right next to the Vader Arcade. So that's what this is. I mean, if you know Star Wars, you know a Star Destroyer, so obviously with the 3, you should know what that is. Then right next to that, over this small circle thing, which it looks pretty small, but I think when compared to us when we will actually be there, it's much bigger. But that is the Rebel Spin. I don't know what it actually be there. I'm assuming it's a ride. I don't know exactly what it would be, but that's what that is. Then you have the Journey Through Star Wars, which is the number is directly from the Rebel Spin, and I guess it's some type of journey. I don't know, like, does it talk about different story plots? I mean, I don't know what you would actually what it actually would be. Maybe it's a ride and you go throughout the events of Star Wars or something. I mean, it definitely could be. It's definitely a possibility. There's a lot of things that are vague here, and you wouldn't really, if this was a real place, you would actually figure out what it actually is. But, yeah. And like I said, I already went through 6 and 7. So 8 is, here right next to the extreme hyperspace. Now what this is this is a Funfair Carnival game. So you know carnival games where you find carnivals, like you would throw darts or shoot things or try to throw rings, stuff like that. So the Funfair Carnival game. So that's what that kind of is, and you could tell based on the way they're designed here, it makes sense that that would be kind of a carnival type thing. Now, across from the was a Journey Through Star Wars, which is 9, is the Asteroid Melts. I don't know what that would be. Is it like a food or something? I have no idea. So that's what that is. Then in the same building, around the corner, or diagonal around the corner, is Star Wars toy shop. So you can buy Star Wars toys and all types of things there. So that would be interesting. And then across from that, where it's the intergalactic monorail goes between, is number 11, the Space Freeze ice cream. So like I say, you can get food there, check out, see what it actually is like. Then kind of next to that is the Star Wars Live, so I'm guessing it's some type of show or something like that about Star Wars. And next to that is the Space Assault Indoor Roller Coaster. So I don't, it's a roller coaster. I'm not sure what else you do in there. It's assault, so I guess you're battling something or something. I'm not sure. Then you have the Rebel Blockade Runners laser tag thing. It's this spaceship looking thing here with the 14. That would be pretty cool to do laser tag in that. And this, like I said, this park pretty much is, if you think of any type of theme park like ever, this park has pretty much everything, like everything a theme park like ever has. It's actually pretty cool. All right, so you have Utapau, which is this little area like next to next to the Death Star, to the Mustafar, in front of the hyperspace. And what's cool is, now Utapau is basically where General Grievous went, where Obi-Wan Kenobi defeated him and, killed him. So you have the Grievous Drop, which on Utapau, you know how there's a big hole in the ground where you go stuff. That's what this is. And I'm not sure how far it'll go down. I definitely don't think it'll go as far as down as in the movie, but as me who's not a fan of roller coasters, based on height and how it drops, it would definitely be a no-go for me. I do not like roller coasters. It would not be my thing. So, and then Utapau chicken dump sticks. So what's interesting about this place is that you have food courts, and then you have these places where it's just they sell one type of food, which is really weird and interesting. I'm not sure, because it seems like they just sell one food there. I'm not sure if they would sell more, but it seems based on this, it would just sell one food, and that's kind of directly from the roller coaster, and that's this little section behind the kind of connected to the was it Journey Through Stars building, a little bit of Mustafar on the side here and stuff. So, yeah. And then sorry about that. So that's pretty much it for that. Then you have the Death Star. The Death Star Assault Motion Master, which over here, I don't know what that means. Death Star Assault Motion Master. Is that some type of virtual thing? I don't know, because it depends on when this made, because virtual stuff did not exist with that, so I don't... Motion, although I'm not really into emotion things, it kind of gets me sick, so I don't know if that would be my thing, but it seems, at least I like to see what it is. And then obviously around the corner you go into the Death Star to check out to do a Death Star tour and actually be in the Death Star and see what it's like, and that would be definitely interesting. I would love to do that. Now, in front of that is Coruscant. It's also connected to the entrance here. I'm very sure that this is the entrance. I'm 100% sure about that. There's no other way out. Or there's no other way in or out based on reading, so it just makes sense based on how it looks that this thing here is the entrance. So yeah, Coruscant. So you have another intergalactic monorail entrance right here at the top that goes on the entrance. Not the entrance. Well, the small entrance. This is the first entrance and then the second entrance. But you get the. Then you have LucasArts. I don't know why it's LucasArts. I mean, I don't know because that's LucasArts what makes the video games. Or originally did. Now they don't. Disney doesn't really use it. I don't know what happened to LucasArts, but now it's EA making the Star Wars games. So I don't really get that. I don't know why, but whatever. Then you have Lucas Sound. I don't know what that would be. Is that like the sound effects in the movies? Like the one sound where someone yells, where a lot of movies afterwards steal it, much to my annoyance. But that's right across from the LucasArts building here. Then number 4 is the Star Wars movies. So I guess it's a movie theater, so you have to pay, or you get to see the Star Wars movies in there, which is interesting. Then you have number 5, which is the Industrial Light and Magic show. Now, Industrial Light and Magic was started by Lucas and stuff to create the special effects in the Star Wars movies at the time of the New Hope, Empire Straight Back and stuff. Pretty sure they also did the prequels too and stuff. And so that's what that is. So I guess it's a show about the special effects kind of stuff. It could be interesting to check out and see what it actually is. Then you have the George Lucas story, so maybe it's the story of how George Lucas made Star Wars or something like that, which would be interesting. Now that would be number 6, and that's right across from the number 4, which is the Star Wars movies. Then number 7 is Pursuit Over Coruscant. I don't know what that is. It's like a ride or something. It's kind of weird because it's in the city buildings or something. I don't know what that would necessarily be. But I guess it's over the buildings. I don't know. It's a ride or something, but that's right next to the. Sorry about that, but that's right next to the George Lucas story thing. Then you have the Senate debating chamber, which is the circle, the half a circle looking thing right next to the number 7 Pursuit of a Coruscant. I don't know if it actually be there. Maybe it's just to check out what the building looks like of them, debating and stuff, so that's pretty interesting to see what it's like to be in there. And then number 9 is the Jedi Temple Becoming Jedi. I would definitely go there because I want to be a Jedi, and it's the Jedi Temple thing with the 9 next to it. So you have that. Then you have number 10, Dex's Diner. Now, I can't really tell what the numbers are. Okay, I think that's 10 and that's 11. So based on what I could tell, it's hard to tell. The numbers are kind of blurry. But Dex's Diner is right next to the center, next to the Senate building thing. And that's the Dex's Diner thing is from the Attack of Clones where Obi-Wan Kenobi goes to visit him. They were old friends and stuff. And then you have the Palpatino's Pizzeria, or it's not called Pizzeria. Yeah, it should be called Palpatino's Pizzeria. I don't know. It should be a pizzeria. I don't know why they didn't put that because Palpatino's. I mean, that is very classic pizza. There's a lot of restaurants with the Tino type of thing going on. And that's kind of what the stunts they wanted to go with. Obviously based on Palpatine, and that's number 11 here off next to the Jedi Temple. And that's all of Coruscant. Now you have last but not least, you have the Tatooine, which is Anakin's Pod Race roller coaster, which is here in this section here, and the entrance is here with the one there. And in front of that is the Cantina Bar. I'm assuming that's not going to be kids. I'm not sure if that would be if kids could go in there, but that's what that is right here with the 2. Then you have Jawa's Sandcrawler Jungle Gym. So it's a jungle gym. I definitely think that's for kids. It would be interesting to see what that is like, but if I was younger, when I was younger, a kid, I would definitely gone in there. That would be interesting to see, and that's with the 3, and you know, the sandcrawler thing, you know, from that was attacked by clones and in the New Hope. Then you have number 4, the Starlack Pit. I don't know what actually you do there. I'm not sure if it's a ride or you just go around there or whatever. I mean, it's kind of that whole thing in the middle right there. So it's interesting to see what it actually is, because I can't really tell. Then right next to that, number 5 is the a sail barge restaurant, so another restaurant where you can eat food and stuff. So then that's what this is here. And it's a sail bar. Basically, remember when they were going to the Sarlacc pit, they're going to throw Luke, Han Solo, all of them in there, and then that thing that Jabba was in and stuff, and that's what that is. Or Return of the Jedi. So it kind of, Tatooine kind of is a mix of the New Hope, and then the Phantom Menace, and the Return of the Jedi. So it does have some mixture of all of those times where Tatooine appeared. Then you have Jabba's Palace 4D show. I don't know what that's going to be like. It's 4D, so I'm guessing you will also feel stuff. Like, this is how it works. Like, basically, we normally see 2D in movie theater, 3D where it kind of pops out on the screen, and then 4D is when they kind of have the seats and then the ceiling and stuff do stuff to make you actually feel what's happening in the movie. If it's raining, sometimes they make you feel like it's raining, or you actually feel stuff. You don't actually get wet or anything like that, but that's kind of the idea. And if it's a thing that you're moving somewhere, the seats will kind of feel like they're moving, and that's kind of the idea of 4D. There is 5D now, but I don't know exactly what 5D does. But yeah, that's what that is. Then you have Watto's Junk Shop. So where the place where they got the parts for the ship after they win the pod race, where Anakin was working. Now that's, where was that? That was number 7, and that's right next to the Jawa thing, right here with the 7. And then, like I said, this is where the Jabba 4D. I didn't think I said that, but the Jabba 4D thing is right next to the sail barge. So I forgot to say that. I think, pretty sure. Then you have Shami's Shakes. I don't know why they use Shami as Anakin's mother, but whatever. And that's right next to the, kind of connected, it looks like it's connected to the Jedi Temple, but it's right next to, like I said, like the Watto's Junk Shop. And then you have the Cantina Band Live, which is this section here. It's a band playing, you just look to see what it's like. And then you have the Jawa Canyon, which is right here, right in front, near the Geonosis arena, and that's what that is. And that's, dude, I really wish this was like an actual place. I would love to be here. I would love to go here. Tell me in the comments if you really wish this was a place, and what would you check out and stuff like that, and what you would like to see, and if you really want this to be a place, stuff like that. And so yeah. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like. And also, please write down in the comments section what you think about the theme park. What are your thoughts? What do you think they should keep, get rid of, add, things like that, and like your overall thoughts about it. And if you're new, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified for my next upload. My YouTube channel website link is down in the description as always. And thank you. Goodbye.